What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. Well, there it is. 6 months difference. I know for those of you who follow me pretty gradually or watch me on stream every night or watch me on YouTube, it's kind of hard to see the difference. But when you put it side by side like that, you can definitely see the difference. And there's a huge difference. I'm currently at about 150 pounds down since my pre-op diet and a little over 100 pounds since the surgery date, which was almost exactly 6 months ago today, 6 months ago this week. And in just a few days, I will sit down with my doctor and have our 6-month check-in. I'll also speak with a nurse. We're going to talk about all the ups and the downs of the last 6 months and what the future holds. But I thought I would just take the time to talk to you guys about that today. The most obvious thing is now that I'm much smaller, I feel a lot better, and I think I look a lot better. I prefer the way I look, but that's up to your discretion. At the end of the day, I know I'll never be a pretty boy, but I'm comfortable with who I am. As 4chan is so glad to point out, I'll probably never be a Chad, but I do think I look a lot better. I do like looking at this face and this body a lot more. But on top of that, I feel a lot better. I'm able to do a lot of things I haven't been able to do for decades. With something as simple as just being able to walk through a store that doesn't have those little mart carts that you can ride, or being able to go to the mall and shop there, or be able to walk a short distance without having to go from seat to seat to seat. And I'm still in a lot of pain. I still have a lot of knee pain, which is getting way, way better. I'm still having a lot of back pain, which is getting way, way better, but it is definitely getting better, and I'm not letting it slow me down. Now, I am still pretty naturally slow after a couple of decades of an entirely sedentary lifestyle. I still have to take it pretty easy, but every day it's baby steps, and every day I am just surprised at how much better I'm getting. And I feel like I'm going to be able to do the things I was able to do when I was 20, probably within the next year. Of course, I was about 400 pounds when I was 20, and I weigh less than that now, so I guess that makes sense. But for those of you who really only just care about scale numbers, my biggest ever was 587 pounds. When I started the pre-op liquid diet, I was about 540 pounds. Before surgery, I got down to 492, and as of today, I'm currently weighing in at about 387 pounds. Now, for those of you who don't know the surgery that I'm talking about, I got gastric bypass surgery, where they take the top little 10% of your stomach and they remove the rest and push it off to the side, not to be used for much of anything, and they bring up the intestines to create a smaller stomach, kind of forcing you to eat better and eat much, much less food. And some people will say, Boogie, surgery is cheating, surgery is the easy way out. I would definitely say that maybe it is cheating because it's made it a lot easier to do the things I needed to do over the last 6 months. I haven't been dealing with hunger issues. I can only eat small amounts of food. If I eat the wrong amount, I will vomit. If I eat the wrong amounts of food and the wrong types of food, I could very well end up killing myself. So it makes it a lot easier. The threat of death, the threat of needing a new surgery, the threat of an intestinal bleed, the threat of throwing up all the food you eat, it definitely makes the discipline a lot easier. I don't agree with it being the easy way out because I've dieted throughout my entire life, gaining and losing the same 50, 75 pounds over and over and over again. This was a lot harder than that because of the vomiting and the constipation and the intestinal bleeding and the disgusting things it does to your digestive system, the hair loss, the physical pain, the degradation to my joints and to my bones, the giant multivitamins and the strict requirements to eat certain foods at certain times, and the dehydration and the sleepless nights and the agony. I mean, I don't feel like it was the easy way out. If I had the mental fortitude to do it the natural way, I feel like that would have been a lot easier. It certainly would have been about $20,000 cheaper. But after a lifetime of yo-yo dieting and failing over and over again, I got to a point where I needed some sort of intervention or I would have been dead by 44, maybe 45 if I was lucky. Fortunately, the doctors just up the road offered me that surgical intervention, and I'm really glad I did because obviously the results speak for themselves. And here's the thing, at 387 pounds, I'm still a giant fatty fatterson, so there's still a lot of weight to be lost. In fact, my goal weight is about 250 pounds, and right around the 250 pound mark, we'll start talking about skin removal surgery, which could remove another 30 or 40 pounds by itself. And I don't think I'll ever get my arms or my legs done because that's just cosmetic. I mean, that's gross to look at, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really affect things. But when it comes to my stomach area and that general area, it's more than a cosmetic issue. It's definitely a medical necessity, I feel. I would show you that, but I'm fairly certain it's against community guidelines here on YouTube, but maybe I'll tweet it out at some point. But the good news, like I said, I was 540 pounds when I started that pre-op liquid diet. I am now currently 387, my goal weight of 250 pounds. I'm actually closer to my goal weight than my starting weight now, so I'm more than halfway to where I want to be. And I have about a year of pretty steady weight loss left to do that in. And right around here at the 6-month mark, things will get a little bit more complicated. They say that the hunger begins to come back between now and the 1-year mark. So I will be dealing with hunger issues again. I will end up, since the swelling is down on my stomach now, I'm able to eat about a third of a plate of food in one sitting. So if I ate too many times in a day, or I ate the wrong foods during that period of time, I could find myself getting into trouble, especially because my BMR is so much lower after losing 150 pounds. And of course, your metabolism does take a hit after a surgery like this. But the good news is I'm stupidly motivated, because as I get back out into the world and I do cool, new, interesting things I have not been able to do for ages, and I'm not just trapped in this room or just in this house waiting to die and doing nothing but playing video games. I have to say, I have tried some foods that were not particularly great for me, and I will tell you, at the end of the day, they're not worth it. I hate to use anything thinspiration related because it's a connection to anorexia, but I think it's true. Nothing tastes as good as being healthy feels. Not that I'm exactly healthy at 387 pounds, but I'm still dealing with blood pressure issues. I'm still dealing with back pain. I'm still taking pain medications for stuff like that. But my diabetes is entirely in remission, and I'm sleeping better than I've ever been able to sleep. I've slept without my sleep apnea machine a few times and gotten restful sleep from it. I may not even need it anymore, so I'm going to see my sleep doctor about it soon. I'm getting healthier. Far from healthy, but I'm being healthier and getting healthier. But that first 6 months is over, and the support groups tell me that first 6 months is called the honeymoon phase, and it was quite a honeymoon. It was really fantastic, and going through these changes made it a lot easier to deal with the other personal issues and business-related stuff that I was going through, because it was hard to be sad. It was hard to be anxious. It was hard to be scared. It was hard to be angry. It was hard to be anything other than happy. Happy to be getting my life back. And I have to say, moving forward, I'm very excited because I'm looking forward to the future for the first time since ever. So there we have it. There's our 6-month update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys check back into me in a few more months to see how I'm doing. Don't forget, I'm on Twitter as well at Boogie298. I do Twitch streaming several nights a week. You can follow me there. If you want to hear me talk about this stuff more regularly, you can subscribe to the channel by hitting the links down below. And for those of you who followed me through this journey so far, thank you for being there. For those of you who have been here long before this journey began, back when I was yo-yo dieting and making promises every day that I was finally going to get it, that I finally had it. Well, you waited, and here we are. It paid off. It took surgical intervention to get me there, but we're there. Guys, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I'll speak with you again soon.